Today on the show we will be talking about the short story, The Search Engine, found in the 10 Little Indians on pages 1 to 52. So far in the story we have come to learn so much about the main character, Corliss, and her life. So far we have learned she is a young woman at the age of 19 and she is Native American. Her favorite poet, Harlan Atwater, being also Spokane, she had learned so much from him and his poems. She came to find out so much about Harlan and she wanted to learn more, so she set out on a journey to search for him. The question that we will be discussing today is, how does one gain a sense of self-identity and community identity?
How does one gain the sense of self-identity and community identity? One gains a sense of self-identity when they themselves gain respect for their beliefs and ignore what happens around them, or the outcomes of what they choose. Such as Corliss, in which she embraces her ethnicities and beliefs. As to when she has a particular liking into the Spokane poet, Harlan Atwater. She especially enjoys his writing due to the fact that he's a Spokane Indian poet, which she would have somewhat a connection to him. And how does this pertain to me? This pertains to me because in ways me and Corliss both take pride in our own individual cultures and ethnicities, such as a Mexican sports team. Of course, I'm going to be more excited about them since they come from where I come from, or some other ethnicities or the team I'm supposed to be embracing.
I myself can relate to this question because one gains a sense of identity and community identity by the way that the people around you and the society is judging you by. What I mean by this is I believe that one gains self-identity when they know who they are as a person and the way others look at you. So I can relate this to Corliss in the Search Engine because she finds out who she is in the story by the way that people around her were judging her and the society. Corliss tries to relate herself to Helen in the story and learns from Helen's story. She's relating her to Helen's story because she is comparing her to people around her and the society.
A person gains a self-identity based on one's life experiences or events or struggles that they have faced. Just how Corliss, based on her family, has treated her with wanting to get an education, she created her own self-identity as a successful girl who loves to read books and become something better in life. As her family sees her, that's their sense of community identity because they see Corliss wants to become something better and successful, but they see it as a bad thing in a way because they feel as though when she reaches what she wants, she will leave them behind and forget her culture. So they view her somewhat as a rebel and stubborn person because they try so hard to stop her from achieving things, but she continues to pursue what she wants.
I think that one gains self-identification when they know who they are and how experiences change their perspective on themselves versus society perspective of them. I believe that one gains community identification once an individual has set a reputation and contradicted stereotypes set by society. I know from experience that when you figure inside who you are and where you're headed and why, nobody can classify you as or recognize you in a different way than you see yourself.
Thanks for listening to the Search Engine Podcast. This was episode 19, and I was recording live at Chicago, Illinois Mutual College Prep. For more information on this podcast and others, please visit our Google Classroom at classroom.google.com/3Bs. Please tune in for the next podcast when another student will present the work of a different poet.